Alan, obviously very disappointing in the end, really.
Yeah, obviously, disappointed with the loss. I think the performance wasn't quite there to deserve to win the game, and I think that ultimately is the really disappointing and frustrating thing for the guys, especially after putting together two pretty good performances and two nice results in the lead up to the game.
At half time, though, you must have been reasonably happy, I'd have thought.
Yeah, we were okay. I mean, after 10 overs, we were probably staring down the barrel of 200, and I think we look at it, the average winning score here is about 173, so we thought we'd done pretty well and we dragged it back. I thought the seamers, again bowled admirably. I think the surface probably helped him a little bit, but they bowled really well. I thought Fats was challenged a little bit, but still stuck to his task really well, got an important wicket in Jacob Bethel. So I thought at 173 we'd have to bat really well, but ultimately, we just couldn't really get going with the bat.
The power play did for you, really, didn't it?
I thought they bowled really well in it, and made it really difficult for us, held their lengths very well, got it off straight, which made it ultimately very difficult for us. We managed not to lose too many wickets in that, but we also couldn't just get going, couldn't get the scoreboard going. So yeah, I think that always put us a little bit behind.
What was the tactic with Isaac? Because I know he's a young lad, he's only 17, but he seemed to be trying to hit the cover off every one, and obviously they were going past the outside edge pretty regularly.
Yeah, I think with Isaac, he plays with really good intent. We've seen that. I think that he also has an incredible eye, picks length really well. He's learning his trade. We know that we've got a 17-year-old opening the batting for us, which I don't think there's many other counties in the country doing that, and we appreciate that. It might not always work for us, might not always go well, but we see him as an exciting talent. I think with every game he's learning lots. I think all the players do that, but for someone of his, I think this was his 6th game. He'll be doing that all the time, and he had George Gart and Richard Gleeson bowling at him, and Hassan Ali, so 3 international bowlers bowling at him on a wicket that they got the ball off straight and bowled accurately. So he'll learn throughout that. But we're really always encouraging the guys to play with intent. I think there's an element of being measured and calculating about it and being quite clinical, and that's something that we need to continue to learn and make sure that we are. If we're at our best, I think we will do that really well.
Yeah, the reason for asking that, you mentioned being measured. Does there come a point in an over if you play miss 3 times, you drop the bat on it and take a single and let Brett have a look at it?
Possibly. You saw me bat, Trev. I probably can't be the best to comment on that, to be honest. He was getting a lot closer to him than I would have done. Yeah, and I think ultimately in time we probably would have looked at that and played it differently. But I think we've got lads who've played over 100 games who look back on games and think they will do things differently. You probably look at that matchup and think that George bowled really well at him. So Isak possibly could have thought, well, how do I get off strike and give Brett an opportunity? But like I say, he's learning all the time. I still think he has the ability to win games for us. We always want 11 match winners in that side, and we believe he's one of those for us.
Bit of some mixed news with Adam Hose. I suppose he played very well, but he seemed to be batting on one leg towards the end. Clearly, got a runner out there.
Yeah, it looks like he's being assessed at the moment with the medical team, so we'll see where that gets to. We got back yesterday at about 12:30 in the morning and turned around again pretty quickly. And I think there's been a few. Liam Livingston's gone in the hamstring. I think after playing back-to-back games, ultimately it's what's put in front of us. Adam, I thought, played really well. I thought him and Gareth's partnership together was really good. I thought we just needed someone to stick with Adam, but we were always looking at had to score 11s and 12s throughout most of it, and that was always going to be a huge ask. He played some really good shots, played, I thought, a fine innings, especially because he had a slow start. They bowled really well at him at the start. So yeah, it'd be disappointing for him that he didn't get us over the line, and yeah, we'll have to see what the medical team say at the end of it.
Credit to the Bears, they bowl very well as a unit and they field it really well, I thought.
Yeah, it stings a lot, doesn't it, when you have to give credit to the Bears. But yeah, I think they did. I think they deserve to win in all three all three skill sets. I think they did it all better than us. Their fielding at times was exceptional. They're a really good side. Historically, over the last couple of years, they've absolutely flown this group with a very similar bunch of players. Probably hasn't quite worked out with them, but there's a lot of potential there to do really well, and they displayed that at moments, I think crucial moments throughout today.
You got to regroup quickly. You're back here on Sunday.
Yeah, it keeps coming, doesn't it? So again, as I'll always say, I think you can either look at it and go, "Oh, we've got another game. What we're going to do?" Or this is another opportunity to get back on. And I still believe I'll have to have a look at the table, but we want to finish strong. If there's an outside chance of qualification, then we have to be really excited about that and be focused about how we're going to do that.
All you can do is win the last 2 now. Really.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I think we go out and for me as a coach, I'm very much in and around the performance first and foremost. I know that might confuse people at times, but that's we need to make sure we put out 2 really good performances. If we do that, we have a chance of winning 2 games, and that would be amazing for us to finish off our season.
Final point, obviously you might be forced into a change with Adam Hose. As we're talking now, we don't know, but there's a chance. Are you likely to consider other changes?
We'll have to have a bit of a look at that, Trev. See how, like I say, how everyone pulls up. I think in terms of how we're going about it, you know, the big guys have played 2 really good games of cricket in the lead up to this. We won 2 very fine games of cricket. So, you know, I think I'll be always one where we back whoever we pick. There's some guys who are obviously knocking on the door, but there's some guys who've played some really good cricket over the last couple of weeks.
Thanks very much.
This is Mike the Plasterer. He needs a trusted supplier for his materials and tools. Mike needs Profile Store. With an easy-to-use website, you can check stock online, order it and collect it within the hour. Profile Store offer free delivery over £125 and fast overnight shipping. With over 2,000 products in stock, they're sure to have what you need. So get yourself down to the trade counter in Kidderminster today. Get the job done with profilestore.co.uk.